So this weekend we are up in the Tahoe area and we stumbled across another lake. We've been lucking out with lakes lately. Prior, when we were in California, I felt like we could never find lake trails that led to lakes because we don't really like the old like normal campground where everybody's crowded. So we try to find like off-road trails that lead to lakes. And I think we're 3 for 3 so far, aren't we?
Yeah, every one of our recent trips we found lakes.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
And so far there's nobody here, which is awesome. But this kind of reminds me of Michigan in a way, to be honest.
Yeah, with the
There's no
forest.
mountains really, it's just forest. But we're just kind of exploring around, seeing what's around the lake. Maybe we can find something cool. Ollie's having a blast, running around. Don't let him go in the mud though. Actually, you should just let him go in, because it'd be funny.
It's not nearly as windy as last night.
No, heck no.
I was seriously getting scared. Like when I woke up at like 3, it's from the wind.
Yeah, I know, it was shaking the whole time.
And I couldn't fall back to sleep. I would like fall asleep and I'd be like, I would literally go like, whoo. I'm serious, I thought I was gonna wake you up.
You didn't though. Well, I was probably up anyway because I slept so bad last night.
Yeah. Well, you thought you didn't even sleep on.
No.
I swear, we're like due for a good night of sleep on one of these
Yeah.
trips. Every time we're like, how'd you sleep?
Yeah.
And we're like, oh, well, my sleep score was a 52.
Yeah.
Ooh. Ooh. That's like going right, man. Feels good, but...
Ollie, this is a perfect spot for you.
No, he needs to go down.
No, this is perfect.
No, his butt is right in my face.
I have, yeah, I have so much room. Good boy. Hitting the hay at 8:57 p.m. Want to turn the light off?
Yeah. Let's go to bed.
Good night.
Good night.
Love you.
Love you too. Sleep tight.
Don't let the bug bills play. Good night, Ollie.
Good night.
Open air, side by side we sway there in all the colors. Summer love.
We woke up to some rain this morning. It's super cloudy. So we just finished up packing the truck. Both slept really well. You slept pretty good last night too,
Yeah,
didn't you?
I think my sleep score was like a 90 something actually.
Yeah. When we say sleep score, we both wear Garmin watches, and it tells us what our like
kind of
how well you slept.
We kind of obsess over it a little
Yeah.
bit.
So we're always comparing. But yeah, the plan for today is we're gonna go. I think go down to Tahoe,
Brave the city.
brave the city, and hopefully it doesn't rain too hard on the way out. I think we both went to bed around like 8:30 last night, and I was up at 5:30. And I was hoping to see some animals. I spent probably about an hour walking around with the binoculars.
And nothing?
Nothing. I swear there's no animals in these mountains.
We never get lucky. Okay, we did see a deer yesterday.
Yeah. I want to see like a bear, a mountain lion, or a bobcat or something. Me and my dad always joke too whenever he's visiting. Me and him go on the trail sometimes and we never see any animals.
Yeah.
And if we do, it's always like off the side of the highway where you would not expect it. So
Yeah. Maybe we'll get lucky one of these days.
hopefully.
The end of summer seems like a bit of an arbitrary time of year when you're no longer following an academic calendar, but I still think Labor Day weekend is one of those holidays that signifies a shift. Of course, a shift in season, but also maybe a shift in life goals or life trajectory. With the end of the year approaching, I can't help but to feel a bit more reflective. When I was in high school, I remember learning about the significance of rain in both books and movies in one of my English classes. Typically, when you see the main character in a state of distress, they're outside being drenched in rain, and it's in that moment when the main character must face the truth or make an important choice. Rain is also used to symbolize renewal and rebirth. So far, our weekend in Tahoe had been full of clouds and rain, and at first that might seem disappointing, but I actually think it's fitting. The seasons are in fact changing, and I was reminded of the power of choice and intentional action. We may not have control over a lot of things in life, but for everything that we do, we must recognize that power and make our way out of the fog and into a more clear and fulfilling path.
That's sure something I could use. A cure for the air-conditioned blues. Good to use some too. A little bit of sunlight.
Been driving around a bit and we finally caught a little break in the rain, and we're looking at a few waterfalls and lakes just like outside of the Tahoe area. We're not at the big lake, Lake Tahoe right now, but there's so much to see in this area. So just know if you come and like if you're feeling a little overwhelmed by the crowds, like you can find some other really beautiful places around, including other lakes and waterfalls. So yeah, it's super pretty. It is a chilly morning. We camped out by that first lake that we visited on, what was that, Friday? We woke up to some sunshine this morning after pretty much an entire day of like clouds and rain yesterday. So it's kind of nice. I mean, Branden, he says he prefers kind of the more moody vibe when there's the clouds, which I will say it's a lot easier to film when it's cloudy. But we're gonna see if we can do a couple more things here in the Tahoe area before we head back to LA. We have a decent drive back today, probably anywhere from 7 to 8 hour drive. So we'll want to get on the road, you know, sooner than later.
The sun was shining and I was so pumped to head back down to the big lake. Since it was my first time in Tahoe, I was dying to see the beautiful blue water, and up until now, the clouds hadn't really made that possible. We left camp and headed towards Emerald Bay, which is situated on the southwest portion of Lake Tahoe. This is definitely a high traffic spot, and I'm sure some of you have seen this viewpoint before, as it's one of the most popularly photographed landmarks in the area. And for good reason. Taking in the views of the lake from afar was amazing, but I was ready to truly become one with it. How could you not want to go for a swim in water this blue? Thankfully, Branden was down to drive to the other side of the lake before heading back home. Now on the Nevada side of Lake Tahoe, it wasn't long before we scoped out our perfect swimming spot. Here's my view.
2, 3. That is scary. What about? If there's one thing I wanted to do this weekend, it was cliff jumping. So I'm so happy that we found a decent rock to jump off of a couple times. And now we're gonna make the long trek back home. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe, and we'll see you in the next one.